Hey guys, this is Christian here, and today I'm going to be doing a live stream on my second live stream today about my thoughts on the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Before I answer this, please like, subscribe, and tell me what did you think of this trailer and what did you think of this live stream. So yeah, I'm gonna break down the trailer. You're only gonna see things. You're not gonna actually hear anything because I have the video muted because I don't want to get this live stream striked or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna go over the trailer kind of like all and give my thoughts as the trailer goes along. As for my like overall thoughts, I thought the trailer was just okay. I think there's a lot to be skeptical about this movie. But there's also some things that I'll give them credit for that look pretty interesting. So let's go right into breaking down this trailer. I have the captions on too. So it starts off with like in Xavier School. So there's Professor X. And as you can see by the captions, this is where we hear Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom voice. He has an accent. I think it sounds fine. It sounds a little bit wonky. I think Robert Downey Jr. would be. I just think his casting feels desperate. Like they think all the new stuff didn't work, so they're just bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. Like that's all the thing with this movie. It feels like a huge desperate thing. Like it feels like a lot of things they're putting in it are reeking of desperation. Like here's the thing you like. Here's Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Here's Chris Evans. Here's the original X-Men. So it seems very desperate, but hopefully Doom is a cool character in this film. So that's our first look at Doom. I think his costume looks really cool. That shot looks kind of weird, but I think his costume looks cool. I wonder if we're gonna, because it's Robert Downey Jr. I wonder if we're gonna see him with his mask off, but I think it'd be a little bit distracting unless he's like super scarred up or something, or it looks nothing like Tony Stark. Yeah, that's the first look at Doom. The costume looks cool, so let's move on to the next thing. Marvel logo. That's the new Avengers tower. The new A looks terrible, but I guess it's on brand for the new Avengers, I guess. So there's the Fantastic Four. Thor's going to be monologuing throughout this trailer. There's Ant-Man, Bucky, and Captain America, Sam Wilson. That shot looks a little dark, but yeah. I don't want to become one of those people who just complains about how everything looks nowadays, but I just think there's a lot of visual choices here that I'm not the biggest fan of. But here are all the characters. Thor's going to be monologuing a lot through this. He said, no, let's go back. He says he's fought with many warriors of his time. They were far stronger. Here's all the characters put together. And he says they were stronger than all of them put together. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna win against Doom with this roster, especially because we're gonna see later on that Thor can't really beat him. But he says all those gods were stronger than them put together. Those are all the characters, and they died. I do like how they're bringing back normal Thor. I think because Thor was such a clown in Love and Thunder. So I'm glad that they're bringing back the serious Thor that we saw in like Infinity War, which I thought he was amazing in Infinity War. So I'm glad they're bringing him back. They're bringing back normal Thor. There's Namor, Shuri, Black Panther. Says they died facing enemies and threats that scared him far less than Doom. But yeah, there seems to be a little confrontation between the Wakandans and the Talokan people. And there's Thor again. That looks kind of reminds me of the Void from Deadpool and Wolverine and Loki, originally from Loki, It reminds me of the Void and kind of the final battle from Endgame. Looks again a little visually off-putting, but there'll probably be a lot of time to improve the visuals. So there's that. There's Thor fighting Doom. He says that the gods and stuff have died, facing threats that scare him far less than Doom. I hope I hope this is earlier in the film so we can actually see like reasoning for why Thor is so scared of Doom, and it's not just exposition. But we'll see. That's the X Mansion. Cyclops. He looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. The costume looks excellent. I love the costume. There's Shang-Chi fighting Gambit. That looks kind of cool. The action. Russo brothers are usually good with the action, so I'm expecting the action sequences to be good here. Kind of random, but looks cool. Again, looks very dark, but I digress. That's Loki. And Thor says that everything they sacrifice would be for nothing. I'm curious to see how Loki. I'm wondering if that's a flashback or something, because when we saw him in Loki season 2, he was holding the timeline together and he had a different uniform on. So we'll see if that's a flashback or if he gets back into his TVA uniform. There's Shuri. Yeah, these shots look kind of weird, but it's Shuri and Baku and all of them greeting all the other characters. And Thor is basically talking about how they need to stay together to defeat Doom and stuff. I have seen Loki. Loki's my favorite MCU show. Season 2, I think, is better than season 1, but yeah. There's Yelena. It tells them to put aside like their differences to work together. There's Mystique transforming into Yelena. That's another cool thing here. There's Scott Lang and Cassie. Again, that shot looks kind of weird, but no, let's go back one shot to Johnny Storm. That looks like something maybe happening there. That's all I say. And he says once they're done with this, Thor says that they'll return as brothers and sisters. That's more of the Shang-Chi. Oh, that shot looks cool, actually. The Cyclops beaming. That looks cool. More characters, no more. Thor fighting Doom. Yeah, the visuals don't look great, but like, I'll digress. No, let's go back. So yeah, Doom stops Stormbreaker with 2 fingers. That couldn't even stop Thanos, but it stopped him. So that's kind of cool to establish how powerful Doom's going to be. There hasn't really been too much build up towards Doom. This is kind of the first time I'm really seeing him. I feel like this multiverse saga has really been messy, and it's been a huge detriment that there hasn't been a lot of build up towards this. And this is our first time seeing Doom. You can justify it because the original plan was Kang, but then Jonathan Majors got into trouble, and they had to pivot away from that. Or they could just recast, but they chose to pivot away and do Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. But yeah, that's kind of cool that he was able to stop Stormbreaker. That shot looks terrible, but I digress. His mask looks cool. Doom's mask looks cool. And Thor says they're gonna need a miracle, and guess who the miracle is? We'll see. So the miracle is going to be Chris Evans as Captain America coming back. He looks kind of like a random guy, but I'm not really sure why he's going to be in this. Nostalgia probably, and another desperation attempt. But hopefully he's good in it. We'll see if this is like an evil variant or something, or if it's the same Captain America from the end of Endgame. But yeah, he's back. That's the Doomsday logo, and then that's the Doomsday logo. So yeah, the trailer looked okay. Looks fine, I guess. Visually, I think it looks a little off-putting, but they have time to improve that. Some of the things look cool, like Doom stopping Stormbreaker. Mystique transforming into Yelena is cool. A lot of the characters fighting. A lot of the characters are going to be there. I am a fan of a lot of the characters. Crazy that a lot of these characters have only been in 1 or 2 or 3 movies or shows. Like, this is our first time seeing Shang-Chi since his solo film 5 years ago, which is crazy. I think this multiverse saga, again, it's been too big and there's been too many characters and no one feels as developed as they should. So I think the fact that the build up here isn't as good as the build up to Infinity War, I think, is going to be a huge, not a great thing for it. So yeah, I think due to the lack of build up towards it and also a lot of the things that they're doing that make it seem a little desperate, I do think I am skeptical about this film, but I'll definitely watch it. I'll do a movie vlog of it. And I am kind of excited to see all these characters together. I am excited, of course, for the new Avengers movie. So I can just hope that it's decent enough. It'll probably be entertaining. There'll probably be cool action. But I'm definitely more excited about Doom 3, which releases the same day, December 18th. I may see Doomsday first, though, because spoilers. I want to try to avoid spoilers for this as much as I can. But I am more excited about Doom 3. But Doomsday, it could be alright. But yeah, again, the lack of build up towards it. And also, like, some of the stuff looks cool, it didn't make me feel anything, you know? Like, I didn't feel anything seeing Shang-Chi and Gambit fight. I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but nothing really emotional about that or anything. Anything else I want to say? I do like that. I like that they're going back to Thor again, being more of a serious character as opposed to a giant joke, and that's cool. Some of the action looks cool. I mean, I think as off-putting visually that the Doom versus Thor fight looks, it's cool how he stops Stormbreaker. I'm wondering if that's part of the final battle or if that's going to be an opening battle. I hope it's opening, so that way the exposition that Thor's giving in the trailers has more weight behind it as opposed to it just being an info dump. But yeah, Doomsday, I think it looks fine, but I'm skeptical of it, especially with the lack of build-up and some of the desperate moves that they're making. And the trailer didn't really do anything to convince me that, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. But I hope I'm wrong. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.